Hi Jax, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. It's me, Eric. Now, if you've watched my previous video, thank you, but if you haven't, then please go watch it. And I would also like to ask if you could comment on my videos after watching them, because I really want to hear your thoughts and how you felt during the video and if these are working. Regardless of what you may think or say, I'm still gonna make these videos for you no matter what. Because I still believe there's a chance that I can convince you to stop jumping off that bridge. But anyway, um, so I just wanted to say Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you got to spend an amazing day with your girlfriend, eating chocolates together, getting gifts, smelling flowers, going out, just doing something fun with the people you love, things you'd probably never get to do after you did, which is what I'd like to get to talk about. Your loved ones, right? You love them, you do anything for them. Now, what I wanted to talk about in particular is this post right here. Now, you say that you say that you're not a fighter, you're a lover. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I really don't know if you say this bad thing. Like, I think you know it's a good thing, but that's besides the point. The reason why is that the reason why I wanted to say about this is that if you're ever afraid that you're not doing enough to help them or show you that you love them, or you feel like you're useless and you're not doing enough, like you're not brave enough, if someone's saying getting bullied, you don't feel like you're a good enough person for help standing up to the bully. But like, that's not the only reason why they love you. They love you because of who you are as a person. Now, as I've said previously, I have been a major bully for a majority of my youth when I was younger, and I have treated my friends, my real friends that I have now, poorly for the past 2 years that I've known them. But as I've said previously, they still let me into their lives and still let me be a part of their friend group because they love me. And, well, yeah, and I'll just never understand that really, because I barely do anything to show any real gratitude to them. Like, when it is their birthday or like a special occasion or when they're feeling down, I do tend to occasionally buy them gifts like sweets, chocolates, candies, snacks, chips, drinks, sodas, and also show them the occasional emotional support, like just talk to them in general. And basically, yeah. Now, you're not a fighter. You're very small. Like, you're not big, you're not beefy, you're not strong in the traditional sense. But you have something that not a lot of people have these days. You have a heart. And that's why people love you. You have a heart. You're human. Now, everyone has hearts, like the hearts that beating inside your chest. But not everyone has the emotional heart, the heart that makes you love others, that heart that makes you feel compassion and empathy for others, that sense of human emotion, that sense that you want to help someone feel better and love them. Now, you say you're a bad friend, right? You say you are. And I've said this in the previous two videos, is that how are you gonna make it up to them if you already did? I've said that previously. But what I haven't said is, but the one thing that I haven't said is, how how do you think they're going to feel after you die. Because that's something that not a lot of people really think about after they commit suicide or while they're planning on doing it, because the mentality of the average person who wants to kill themselves is that no one cares about me. No one thinks how I'm feeling. No one truly understands me. And that's normal. It's okay to feel that way because we've all had those feelings of loneliness that people don't understand you, they're not listening to you, you feel like you're constantly trapped inside these walls of prison where no one's listening to you, you're forced to deal with your own problems. And whenever you do talk to people about it, it feels like no one's listening to you. And when they do listen, they're not really listening to the problems. They're just giving you these fake, generic, everyday emotional speeches or 2-minute advices that mean nothing and don't really do anything to solve your actual problems. Or just insult you for openly speaking about your problems like a genuine human being and saying that you're weak. But you're not weak for telling people how you feel because that's not weakness, that's strength. You may not be that strong physically, but saying how you feel and dealing with your emotions and negative feelings in a positive way by talking about it to others is strong because not everyone has the courage to do that. And and I think some of your friends and girlfriend feel the same way because yeah, sure, we all have friends, but some of us are still scared to talk to our feelings about them because we're afraid of how they may think of us and see us if we tell them about it. But if your friends truly do love you, then they'll understand. And and it's your job as a friend to listen to them too, listen to their problems, hear them out as well. And here's the thing. Whenever you feel alone, like no one's around you, like you're just stuck in your room feeling depressed with your own thoughts of death, suicide, giving up on life and everything because you feel like there's nothing you can do to change that. You're not alone. Not in the sense that there's someone in the room telling you that everything's gonna be okay, in the sense that there are people who feel the same way as you. People who have given up on hope and given up on themselves and their life, who've given up on people. People who live depressing lives every day, waking up to eat, sleep, work, and go back to sleep, rinse and repeat every single day, with no fun or joy or love in their lives. And we all feel that way, even me. And that's the number one reason why people like you feel this way. Their lives feel the same. It feels like nothing matters anymore because it's all the same. Nothing's new. Nothing ever changes. And and every time you do try to change, every time you try to make something new, it doesn't. Like every time you try to do something, it always blows up in your face, and no one seems to care. You feel like you're stuck in this loop that you've given up, that you've tried everything to make yourself feel better, to make your life better, but it always ends up in failure, and that there's just no point anymore. So you're gonna decide to run away and jump off the bridge because you've truly given up on any hope of living a better life. But I'm here to tell you that there is still a better way. That's why I'm making these videos, to tell you that there is a better way, that you're not alone, that there are hundreds, thousands, and millions of people who feel that way, who felt like they've given up hope. That They've endured suffering for so long without any closure or comfort, and just have given up hope. Like, take the veterans from World War II. Sorry, my nose. Like the veterans from World War II. They had to do it. They had to be trained for war. Young men who barely experienced anything. Like they're still young. Some of them were 18 when they were deployed. Like they had to witness all of their friends killed in front of them. Had to be tortured, locked up in cages. Had to see hundreds of innocent people die. Suicide bombings, genocides. It was all over the place. Like, they had to endure emotional, traumatizing pain that would leave most people feeling insane, and even though they haven't fully recovered from that pain, even though they haven't been fully rehabilitated, and those memories and the thought of leaving their friends behind and their friends dying is still going to be a part of them until they're gonna take that pain to their graves. But they're not alone because there are still veterans just like them who have felt that pain. Pain. And they have families who do care for them. And there are hundreds of Americans out there who love them and celebrate them for their sacrifice for their country. And also take the victims of Epstein. Like we've all heard the news, the Epstein files, Trump. Now this isn't a very political channel, but just think of those victims. Victims that were taken at a very young age when they were children and were sex trafficked, raped, molested. Like they were just traumatized. Some of them even killed. Some of them even witnessing the murders, and no one even knew what was going on. And people today that know what's going on, making all of these edits and memes of Epstein while never really feeling sympathy for those people. Like, so many young girls and boys, like, just had their entire childhoods robbed by these rich billionaires and suffered, and seeing all of these racist, sexist pedophiles like just standing up, still worshipping rich billionaires who were a part of the Epstein Island, like Trump, who still haven't given their justice, but they still choose to live on because they know that they still have to fight for those victims who suffered. They know that they can't just let their sacrifice be in vain. They have to stay alive to tell people the truth and expose people like Trump and Epstein for all the messed up stuff they've done to them. And take many of the people of color and also like black people and Muslims, Indians, Mexicans, all of the people that have immigrated to America in hopes of better lives but have been ridiculed, shamed, and have met nothing but racism and prejudice just for what they look like and where they came from. But they're still able to find a way to live a better life because they know that if they stayed in wherever they came from, they'd still be worse off there. And that's what I wanted to talk about with you today, is that things seem bad now, but there's still hope for a brighter future if you keep looking forward. And you're not alone. There are people who feel your pain, even though they're not there physically. You always know that there are people who felt like there's just no hope, but they keep pushing on because they know that if they died today, they know that their lives truly would have never amounted to anything, and that there is still work to be done, and that there is and that they can still work towards having a better future. For the many of other people that have died and suffered miserable lives, they know that they can still change theirs, and I know you can still change yours if you try. And you have love, you have friends who can support you. It's not too late. Do not give up hope. You have love, you have a girlfriend. Remember in that post you said that someday when you're older you're gonna adopt a child and treat him and be the father figure in his or her life like your dad never was for you, and show him or her the fatherly love that you never got. How are you gonna do that if you did? How are you ever gonna get married? How are you ever gonna adopt a child to show them that the love that they never received? Like, just imagine someone who never got adopted, someone who's going to spend their entire lives in an adoption center with no love, no care, no family or parents. Like, you could be that person in their life to just take them into your home, take them under your wing, be their mentor, be their guardian, be someone who can teach them about life and the world around them. Be that father you never had, but you'll never get to be that father. That father, show them the fatherly love that you never got. If you jump off that bridge, you can, you know that there is the hope. There is hope for you to keep living on. There is hope for you to live a better future. And you know that you will be missed, and you know that there will be consequences if you jump off that bridge. You know it won't be easy for your loved ones to get over your death, and some of them never will. But you can still decide to live and show them that you love them and that they love you. And you can continue to love people in the future. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you like this video. Please comment on this video because, as I said, I know that you didn't comment on my last video, and I really want you to comment on this one so I know how you think and feel about these videos. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Happy Valentine's Day, and bye.